Hi, I'm Zahnae Aquino. My handle is Zahnae.
Hey, my name is Dallas Chang, and my Instagram handle is space for Dallas, all one word, FOR. Yeah, at space for Dallas.
Oh, Angel, and it's Angel_does comedy.
Hello, my name is Rial Smith. My handle is at Rial Smith. That's Rial Smith. Second part's pretty easy. I wanted to decide whether I should spell Smith or not. I felt like it wasn't needed.
I've been doing comedy for 2-ish years now.
I've been doing comedy since the summer of 2017.
I've been doing comedy for about 2.5, 3 years now? Yeah, 3 years.
I've been doing comedy like a year and a half. Yeah, a little over that maybe. Yeah, started in July 2022. Yeah.
My best night in comedy, I will say this, my most memorable night in comedy was, funny enough, I was only just a couple years in. It was my open mic. It was just a 3-4 minute open mic at Three Lions Pub in Bothell, and it's no longer there, but I sat down, the audience listened, paid attention, and they laughed at every place I wanted them to laugh. They got every joke, and it was the first time in my sort of open mic stand-up comedy journey where everything worked out perfectly, and it was probably one of the best nights. I rode that high all week, for a full 7 days. I didn't even do another open mic at all that week just because I wanted to hold on to that feeling. So definitely one of my most memorable nights.
I produce a show called Master Debaters. The second one of that we did. Everybody went out afterwards. We got drunk. It was a very fun vibe. Felt like things had gone well. Yeah, I just remember that being a nice night. No drama. Yeah.
Ooh, let's see. So there's a place I go called The Space Inside. It's really wonderful. It's a cutie BIPOC space on 4th Avenue. And the first time I went there, I was a little bit afraid because I didn't know the room. But after I saw that it was just a bunch of people that looked like me, it was amazing. And the second time I went there, I slayed. It was so great. And I go back there all the time. I love it. It's every second Saturday of the month. They also have poetry nights every third Friday. Anyway, forget that one. The open mic is every second Saturday of the month, and it's really, really awesome. Yeah.
When I opened for Esther Pavitsky at the Neptune Theater. Yeah, this is my best night, I'd say. They reached out to me the day before or something and asked if I wanted to open for her because there was a last minute dropout. I was like, for sure, yeah. So they asked me to do 20 minutes and I prepared my best 20 minutes, and then I get there and they asked me, oh, Esther's gonna be late, can you do 30 minutes instead? So I did 30 minutes at the top of the Neptune, and that was cool, and I didn't bomb, so that's the part that matters. It was good, it was real fun.
I will say I was opening up for somebody at a comedy club, and I was just asked to do a small opening spot. The headliner didn't even know I was gonna do an opening spot. The club owner just wanted me to go up and do just a little bit of time, so I did. And it didn't go well at all. It was so bad. I was not on the list. The venue, there was no sign or promotion saying I'd go up. People were looking at me like, who is this guy? And then I only did 5 minutes. It all just bombed. I wasn't saying things right. I wasn't pacing it right. The punchlines just weren't hitting, and I was just getting so nervous. I'm just crawling up inside myself. Audience is they're being respectful, but they're pulling back and just being very quiet. And it just, the silence just ate the whole room. The silence just sucked everything in. There was nothing.
My worst night in comedy was actually the second time I ever did it. So the way I got into comedy was I went to this place that used to be Jai Tai, and we would go to comedy there all the time. And so I kept going and going and going. And then one day, Erin Engel actually did comedy there. And she was like, you want to do this? So I was like, no, I don't. She's like, yes, you do. I was like, no, I don't. And she said, one day you're going to come here, you're going to see someone do it, and you're going to think to yourself, I can do better than that. And one time I came and I saw someone, I was like, I can do better than that. And so the first time I went up, it was great. The second time, I was a little bit kind of feeling myself. And so I had this hat that was really, really bad. I bombed so bad. It was so bad that I stopped doing comedy for 6 months. I didn't go back for 6 months after that. But then once I got past it, I went back up again. But yes, that's the worst night ever. Oh my God, I couldn't stand it. It was so bad.
Oh my third ever set, I went to an open mic. I had been at like a family dinner before that, and I was like, yeah, I just started trying to do comedy. And they were like, oh, where do you do it at? And I said, oh, it's this open mic. And I show up. I was 3 sets into comedy. I did not get a single laugh for the whole 5 minutes. And then I sat back down, and my uncle was like, man, tough crowd, huh? And I was like, I don't need that from you right now. I'm already embarrassed enough. Like,
When I got really drunk before a set, because like the producer of the show saw that I was nervous and like, take these shots, and I was like, okay, for sure. Yeah. And then so I was super drunk, and I did like a set, and I was like just drunk, and it was like recorded, and like there was a part where I was dancing on, and it was no. So yeah, that was a thing, and I didn't love it, and I think it was like at a cabaret too, so it was just not the place to do it.
Honestly, comedy is just something that I do to give me a break from my full-time job. Like, it's something that, it's not like I'm trying to get to a certain place with it. Like, I just enjoy going and being able to express myself in a way that I haven't. I think I'd like to do more shows and maybe branch out some, but I don't really have any particular goals other than just to keep having fun.
Try to get booked every weekend for at least one night. It's like pretty consistent now, but I feel like I still have off weekends, even when I would want to be doing something. So, just try to be more proactive in my bookings and fill out the calendar a bit more.
I did move away from Seattle. I moved back recently, and I want to see. There's a lot of great small clubs that have just started, opened up here. They're not too huge, but I want to get in with all the clubs. I want to consistent again, start showing up for open mics again, spots for shows, feature spots. And I'd definitely like to use this year to kind of just at least, maybe not take a full step up in my comedy career, but at least a half step, of moving up, being more consistent, being on some shows, doing some longer sets.
I produced this eating comedy show over a comedy bar, and I've been doing it like at this level, or like in this format for the past like 10 months now, and I want to take it on the road. I want to go places with it. I want to see how much it could expand, because I've been kind of hesitant to try new things. But now I want to try new things, put myself out there, write a new 30 minutes. Yeah, so that's the standard thing. Oh, fun and flirty. Let's call fun and flirty. Yep.
Don't wait until the night before to write your jokes. Like, if you write, a couple of weeks before and not wait till the last minute, you can actually refine them and make them funnier until the night of. To do that might be little advice.
Lean into it. Don't feel like insecure about things, in the sense that you're gonna, if you think people are gonna judge you for it, or if you think that this is a common perception that you draw, just lean into it. Don't feel ashamed of anything. If someone makes you feel ashamed of something, they're probably not supposed to be there. So just live your dreams. Don't let the haters get to you. If you have a hater, that means you're doing well. It's a thing.
Don't smoke weed before your sets as much as you were doing. It really fucked up your momentum early on. You could have been getting booked way earlier if you hadn't been seen as a lazy stoner. No, it is, but it ended up making me more anxious, yeah.
Now that I've been doing it this long, I've realized comedy is comprised of 2 things. It's the writing and it's the performance. And there are some comedians that are more writers than they are performers, some comedians that are more performers than they are writers. What I would tell myself, though, is while performance does elevate a set, it can't replace bad writing. And the way to write is not to write and then sound rote. I just want to sound written. Stand-up comedy is a talking art, and you have to sound like you are talking, because that's what you're doing. And if it just sounds like you're reading from a book, it's not organic, it's fake, people can tell, it just feels too scripted, it feels like AI or someone. They want a human interaction. It's a very, it's a human endeavor, stand-up comedy, and you have to sound the way you talk. So that I think that'd be a piece of former advice I give myself. I was too structured and set up punch, and it just felt. There are great joke writers and real jokey joke guys, but even those guys make it conversational, and I just was too robotic.
Nah, not really. Just the space inside is really great. That's what I would like to promote. Yeah, for sure. It's a wonderful place. They make me feel really great, and I really appreciate them for existing.
I do a show called Master Debaters. It is the 3rd Wednesday of every month at Comedy Bar. I almost just broke the light, but we're okay. And yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Follow me on Instagram, Space for Dallas, my Facebook, Dallas Chang, and hopefully I'll see you out there in some comedy rooms.
Anything I want to promote? Okay, I do the show off the top basically every Sunday. We take some breaks every now and then because I'm human. But yeah, please come out to this. It's free. It's fun. And if you want to do something fun that isn't free, it's fun and flirty. That's my dating comedy show. I do it generally on the last Thursday of every month over at Comedy Bar. Sometimes I do it on a Wednesday. Sometimes I do it in the middle of Thursday. But anyways, just follow that. We are Fun and Flirty on Instagram. Please support XOXO. Bye.